In today's video, we're looking at posterior shin splints, which is pain that occurs on the inside of the leg. So if you find this bone, the tibia, that runs right here down the shin, it's going to be to the inside. And primarily, we're going to look at a muscle called tibialis posterior, which runs right in that compartment. So if you've got pain in that area, stay tuned for today's exercises. For our first exercise, we're going to work on mobilizing the tibialis posterior muscle and some of the other muscles that run right here where posterior shin splints occur. So I'm going to use a massage ball here. You can use a lacrosse ball, works well. So just something kind of that's firm. So what you're going to do is find that border of the tibia, this flat bone that runs right here, and then you want to kind of just fall right off the inside of where that bone is. And this is often where people will be tender, especially as you get down kind of this lower third of the leg. People with shin splints will often be quite tender down here. So you can just take your fingers, you could put some lotion on your leg and just kind of run right next to the bone and hit those tender spots and then kind of hold and pause on them. If finger pressure is more intense than you can handle, sometimes a ball with a little broader point of contact is better. You can put the ball there and just kind of push in, hold for 10 to 20 seconds, find another tender spot, kind of roll and just push in, and just work on kind of easing pain and reducing tension through these muscles. Okay, so that's our first step in our rehab process. We're going to work on a soft tissue mobilization to reduce pain in that region of the posterior shin splints. Now for our second exercise, we're going to start strengthening tibialis posterior. That muscle is mainly involved in turning our foot in, which is called ankle inversion. So it's going to pull our ankle in while we're also pointing our foot or plantar flexing it. So to start strengthening that muscle, we're going to use a piece of TheraBand. We're going to tie a loop in the end, and then that loop is going to go over the front of your foot, kind of in that region. Okay, so then what I'm going to do is the leg that I'm not working, I'm going to cross that over the other leg and hook it into the band to create some tension. Okay, so my hand's pulling it here, and then my uninjured leg is creating sort of this kind of anchor point. And then what I'm going to do with my injured leg is point it and turn it in. So as I do that, I'm strengthening that muscle, tibialis posterior, right along the inside of the shin that we were just massaging a second ago. Okay, so I'm looking at just find that tension point that's challenging. You can change your position of your other foot, and then I'm just going to go through reps like that into inversion as far as I can go, and then back nice and slow. Don't let the band snap you. Just make sure you go really slow on the way back on that eccentric contraction. Okay, so with this I'm going to go for 3 sets of repetitions to fatigue, and you may have to choose a band. The color of the band tells you how much resistance it has, so find the one that's strong enough for you where you don't have more than mild pain. So if you have pain that's in that 2 to 3 out of 10 region, that's okay with these things. Usually with tendon rehab, that can even be kind of helpful. If there's a little bit of discomfort, it lets you know you've got the right amount of stress to help the tendon adapt. Okay, so that's our second exercise, a banded ankle inversion to help strengthen the ankle inverters and their tendons. For our last exercise, we're going to add more load and challenge to the tibialis posterior. So for this one, we're going to take that ball we used for our mobilization and put it between our heels. And then we're essentially, and I'm going to hold on so you don't have to bounce this, I'm holding on to the bookshelf here. I'm going to do a double leg calf raise, but with the ball there between my heels, I have to focus on kind of pushing together with my heels so that the ball doesn't fall. And doing that helps to activate tibialis posterior and my ankle inverters. So this will help to take a calf raise, which is already a good exercise for strengthening the calves, but it'll help to change some of what's being targeted so that it's still working my calves, but also working tibialis posterior along that inner part of my shin bone. Okay, so this just makes it a little more specific to tibialis posterior and something like posterior shin splints. So for this one, go again for 3 sets with repetitions to fatigue. You'll probably feel your calf muscles, but you should also feel the inside part of your leg a little bit as you work to hold the ball there. Okay, so those are our 3 exercises. You're basically going to work on mobilizing the muscle first, and then strengthening it with a lower load exercise like the banded inversion, and then end with a higher load strengthening one with the ball double leg calf raise. So give those a try. Let me know if you have any questions in the comment section. I'll try to get back to you. All right, you guys, see you in the next video. Bye.